Hello Crafty Budgeters and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. On this channel we are working to craft a budget and a lifestyle to become debt free. Y'all, it is day 2 of our October Video Extravaganza. I hope you enjoyed my last video that I posted yesterday where we did our side income cash stuffing that money. And y'all, we put some money to that debt because you know what the goal is. The goal is by the end of this month, which is literally in the next couple of days, I'm going to pay off my car, the remaining balance of our car that we lease. We are paying that off, and every penny that we have extra is going towards our debt snowball. We still have some other monies that's coming that will add to that amount, so you don't want to miss that. Thank you all, like I said yesterday, for all of your support and showing love on my YouTube channel, showing your love and support on my Etsy shop. It means more than you know. I will say that every single month. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I am working to get my family out of our $175,000 worth of debt. Yes, you heard that correctly, that we started with in 2021, and you will find out where we are at right now to come in our video extravaganza. So make sure that you set your time, you set your clock, you set your mind so that for the next couple of days you stick with the girl. So today we are doing our November budget setup. We're gonna go over the budget kit. Y'all, I'm hype about that. Friday, so tomorrow we will be doing our debt update, which we're doing our debt update. Saturday, we are setting up our bonus check because this is a 5-week month. This is our golden month, a bonus month for us, and we're going to be closing out our budget, which we've never done before on one of these videos. So I'm really excited to do that. And we are rounding the 5 days out with our cash stuffing Sunday. So y'all, if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure that you like and comment. If you are not a part of the Crafty Budgeter fam, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. We have fun over here. And y'all, I just love doing these video extravaganzas because I literally get to spend every day for a week with y'all, and I love all of your comments. I love the conversations that we have. It just makes this whole journey, and just closing it out with you is just awesome. So like I said, we are going to be diving into our November setup. How is it already November? July, I don't even know why I keep saying July. Y'all, maybe I'm trying to go back to the summer, but October flew by. Anyone else feel that way? It was like this. It happened. Goodbye. Hello, November. Here we go. So I am really loving this color theme. So what we're gonna do first is go over the budget kit that I have up on my Etsy shop. It will be ready to go for y'all Friday morning by 9 a.m. I know I wanted to get it ready for y'all today, but it just didn't work out. But it will be up on my Etsy shop tomorrow morning. I will put it on my Instagram as well when it's ready to go, so you don't want to miss that. But I always like to start off these videos showing you what the budget kit looks like, and then we are going to dive deeper into setting it up. Say hello to our buddy Sebastian. Sebastian's hanging out with me. Snaps will be with us sometime during this video extravaganza, but you know, Sebastian's a little bit too tall. Finally, some tall plants have to be like moved aside. You know, for the short ones over here, we want to get some love too, and Sebastian gets the love when we do our breakdowns, but Snaps comes out for the cash stuffing Sundays, which everybody loves and everyone gets hyped for. But the reason why I love doing these budget setups with you and why I do my paycheck setup and weekly check-ins with you is because this is a foundation of why I have my channel. This is the foundation of my budgeting style and how I am working to get towards our goals. So it's important that I show you every step of the way. It is important to me that I show you every step of the way. Everyone's channel is a little bit different, but for me, I'm an educator at heart, so I really like to just show you and hopefully motivate you to get started in your own budgeting journey. Now, everyone's budgeting style is a little bit different, but this is how I kind of set up my budget and what's worked for me for the past couple of years. So in the budget kit, you will get your cover page, then you will get your 2-page calendar spread, which we will go deeper into talking about in a second. But I loved having a 2-page calendar spread because it just gives me a visual representation of what the month is like. You will notice that, and I probably shouldn't say this, could probably no one else notice. If you notice it, put it in the chat. But you will notice that the right side is bold and the left side's not. In the budget kit, it is right. It's all one, like, it will look like this, but I wasn't reprinting it. I'm trying not to waste paper, but just wanted to let you know that, like, there is a difference between the fonts on this. This side's not bolded, this side's bolded. It will be the not bolded sign, and as well as the numbers. Just had to share that with you. So like I said, you'll get the cover page, you'll get the 2-page calendar spread, you'll get your monthly budget, you'll get your paycheck budget. So 2 paychecks will come in your bundle. I've added additional for myself because we have 4 paychecks for our budget, so that's why I have an additional one. You will also get a weekly check-in, you will get an expense tracker, a debt breakdown, a sinking funds breakdown, and a cash envelope breakdown. All of these come in a bundle for $10. Y'all, do you hear that? $10, and you get all of these different printable worksheets that you can print at home, print at Office Max, print wherever you want, and really just make it the way you want it. This is, all of the budget kits come in both the full size, so 8.5 by 11, or it comes in a happy planner size. So this is a happy planner book, and I give you a template of how to cut it down towards, so that way it can be the size of your happy planner. So that is the budget kit that we are working with for this month. What do you think? I know it's given me, I'm loving the deep blue and the leaves. It's just giving me fall. It's just a fun, vibrant color that I'm really excited to offer to you this month. So let me see if I can bring you a little bit closer. That might be too close. And the first thing that I always do when I set up my budget is put down all of my fixed expenses on my 2-page calendar spread. So the reason why I like to have a 2-page calendar spread is because I love to have a visual representation of what the whole month is going to look like. Now, what I also include in my calendar spread is that every week I do a weekly check-in to see where I am at with my categories, which we'll go over in a second. So I will show you an example of what that looks like when it fills in. So these are the different colors that represent the categories, and it really just helps to track how I am spending for those categories on a weekly basis. And then at the end of the month, I will calculate it all up and see how we did on a monthly budget, on a monthly basis, and see if we stick within our budget. So everything in gray right now is our fixed expenses. Fixed expenses are those expenses, y'all hear me say it every month, that if you don't pay it, either someone's calling you, you're getting a letter in the mail, something's getting turned off, because those are those expenses that come out on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, that you know. It's usually like your electric, your cable, your internet, your if you have gas, if you have oil, anything that comes out on a monthly basis, that's under your fixed expenses. So right now, what I always start with is that I document where is my fixed expenses landing, because I am a paycheck by paycheck budgeter. So the way that I look at my weeks is I look at them from Friday to Thursday. So when I do my paychecks, I'll pay literally everything that falls under this category for the week. So whatever is from that Friday to that next Thursday, that's what I'm paying for that week with that paycheck. For this week, I get paid every Friday. So I'll look at this, get paid on Friday, and I'll pay everything, including the Friday amount if there's expense on there, all the way up into that Thursday. I found that that really worked for me, because when I was trying to just pay things willy-nilly and like I was forgetting stuff, or if I didn't write it down, I would forget things, or I would pay things off and then the money wasn't there. Yeah, so it was just to make it more organized, and that's really key for me, is the more organized the better. having this visual representation and looking at it on a weekly basis or whenever you get paid on for your paychecks has really helped. And it seems to be helping other people that have kind of adopted this type of style that I'm showing you. So everything in gray, like I said, are our fixed expenses. Then I want to talk about our goals. So let me actually bring you in a little bit closer to talk a little bit about our goals. So for our goals for this month, typically it stays the same. Y'all, if you've been with me for any amount of time, many of these are the same goals that I will have from every month to month that I do my budget. So keep within the grocery budget. That is a given. Your girl just spends, sometimes she stays within budget, sometimes she doesn't. But the goal is to keep within that budget. The next goal is to put $2,000 to debt. So for the past, I would say 4 months, I've had this goal and we've been able to reach this goal. So this is what our debt snowball additional amount will go to for whatever debt I'm working on at the time. The next thing is to meal prep at least 5 times. 5 times might seem a little bit, when I wrote 5 times, like, Brittany, is that even feasible? Like, you're going from never meal prepping to now, oh, do it at least 5 times. But listen, there's enough days out of this month that like 5 times of meal prepping and like literally just like getting my dinner meals or lunch is more dinner. Lunches are pretty easy, but like getting my lunches to get dinners together and planning ahead, maybe that's more of it. It's just that like meal prep I just really need to work on. And then 2 budget related videos. So y'all, I got some budget related videos this month that are coming out. I'm so excited to share with you, so you do not want to miss out. Join the Crafty Budgeter fam, like I said at the beginning, if you are not a part of that already. And then, like I shared, these are our categories. So the things that I like to track that I just have typically gone over in with the budget are groceries, like I just said, that's why it's a goal. Eating out, gas. Last month, I'm going to be doing our closeout for the extravaganza, but gas has just been crazy and we definitely have gone over budget a couple of weeks out of the month, but I'm interested to see overall how we've done with our gas. But it's just, yeah, it's something that I just need to be more intentional and focused on, like putting enough money in that envelope to make sure that we're covered and we're not going over. Personal, I've been doing really well. Like I haven't really been going over budget in that area. Most of the time it's my personal going to one of these other categories, as well as miscellaneous. So those are those things that I will track on a weekly basis, and I'll show you in this budget kit how you can do that in a different way, not only just by tracking it visually on the 2-page calendar spread. So now that I track my expenses that I know no matter what is coming out, the next thing I do is move over to the monthly budget. So for the monthly budget, this is where I set up how and where the money is going for the whole month. Now, things may change, right? I'm setting this up at the beginning. November hasn't even started and I'm already setting up this budget. A lot can happen in the next couple of days, and a lot can happen throughout the month. This is the goal that we want to set for our budget, but know that things can change, we rework things, and it's just a good way from month to month that we can track and see how we are doing with our expenses. So I am going to fill out our November budget with you, and then we're going to go through it and move forward with our budget kit. Okay, so let's go over what I am trying to budget for November. And yeah, I already, as I wrote through, darn, Brittany, talk. As I was writing down the numbers and got to the end, I'm like, ooh, things might need to change, or some goals have to change for this month that I didn't realize until I was writing everything out. So let's start from the beginning. So for our budget, the way that I share my budget on this channel is that I don't share our income, I don't share our salaries, don't share what we put to tithes or mortgage. Those are just things that we want to keep private and confidential. But what I do share with you is our starting balance. So our starting balance is $6,155.03. And then we move down to our fixed expenses. Again, those fixed expenses are those expenses that come out every month. I know pretty much what the bill is. It might fluctuate a little bit, and I've kind of condensed some of them just because I don't have enough space. So daycare, I already accounted for the child tax credit. Typically it's like $1,300, but thank you, child tax credit. 2 snaps to that. Apple is $33.64. This is both Apple storage. This is Apple Music. So Apple comes out like 3 to 4 times each month, which Canva's also in there. Like, again, I just wish it was one payment, but it is what it is. Timeshare is $201.21. So this is the next debt that we are going to be focusing on for our debt snowball, trying to get this paid off before the end of the year, which literally is only this month and the next month. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. Gym is $34.95. Hulu's $12.71. Car wash is $19.95. Our loan, so right now we're only paying on one loan because of the CARES Act. That's our AES, and that's $469.50. We do have Great Lakes and Fed loan that we will eventually be paying on starting at the end of January, but for right now, we still got a little bit of time. Utilities includes our electric, our cable, our internet. It includes our, what else does it include? Something else. Cable, internet, electric. There might be another one in there. That's the total for that. Peloton's $41.34. This is for the membership. And then our life insurance is $139.19. So when you add all of this up, you get that's not what it says, $2,435.01. So then I take the starting balance amount from the fixed expenses amount from the starting balance, and that gives me the remaining of $3,720.02. Now, I forgot to say this in the beginning, we are a zero-based budget family. So every dollar, every cent has a place to go for where we would like it to go for the month. So now we have $3,720.02 left over for our variable expenses and for the plan, which is down here. So moving on to our variable expenses, these are those categories that I would like to track that we typically overspend on. So again, seeing how we do from month to month, I kind of have an idea of where we need to be within our budget for these areas. So groceries, we typically stay around like the $500 mark for our family. I always give us just a little bit more just in case. Eating out is always $50. That's just like a treat for my husband and I. We always do that every weekend. We eat out. Also, no one wants to cook every day, right? Gas. So this is one example that I'm giving myself more money after doing reflection on last month. So for last month, our budget for the month, we budgeted $200. $200 for gas because gas has gone up and yeah, it just is crazy. I want to be able to say that I've budgeted out enough to make sure that we don't go over. If we have some left over, whatever is left over for any of these categories goes towards our goals. So it either goes towards our emergency fund or our debt. But I rather give myself a little bit more and be under than not have enough and be over. Personal is getting $250. That's split between my husband and I. Miscellaneous is getting $80 split between my husband and I as well. And then we always like to leave at least $100 buffer in our account. So that all comes to $1,581. And 2 cents. And I take that from the $3,720.02, and that gives us $2,139 that we are working with. Now, y'all, I have never had this much amount left over to work with, but that's because we don't have for one of these fixed expenses our car expense anymore. Our car expense was $629 a month, and now I've rolled that over into our debt snowball. So typically our debt snowball is just $1,000. I've been giving myself a little bit more. Lately it's about $1,100, but as you can see, because of the child tax credit and because of the $629 that I have left over, since I'm not using that money anymore to go towards the car, it's going towards our debt snowball. So y'all, this is where I realized that like I might need to make some adjustments to our goal. Remember, the goal was to save $2,000, but y'all, I'm already at $2,000 just from our budget for the month, and you know I always include my side income. A portion goes to debt, so we might be able to increase it to, should we say 3,000? Okay, we might be pushing it. Maybe even 2,500, but I even think we can exceed that. So anyway, we will see what we end up with. What do you think we'll be able to put to our debt snowball this month coming up? Put your guess down below. Emergency fund is getting $200. That's because it's $50 every week. And then our sinking fund is $110 that I'll split throughout the 4 weeks. Now, typically this is always a little bit more just because sometimes you get a little bit extra in your pay or whatever. But this is right now all that it comes to, the $2,139. And again, subtracting that from the variable expense remaining from the remaining of the plan, and that gives us 0 because again, we are a zero-based budget family. So now that we have gone over the budget for the month, then next weekend when I do my weekly check-in for the bonus paycheck, I will then use this to go over my first paycheck of the month of November. So that is what these paycheck sheets is what I will be going over for the next couple of weeks. Then I will be working on our weekly check-in, again, seeing how we do for the week for our categories. We'll then use our expense tracker. I will be honest with you, I don't use the expense tracker as much as I would like to use it, but I should just try to get into the habit of it. I'll be able to fill in the starting balance for our debt breakdown as well as the starting balance for our sinking funds when we do our budget closeout, because I'll have what we ended with for October, and that will be our starting balance for November. So y'all, that is the budget, and this is what we use. This is what I use every time I set up the budget, so that way I know how much I can take out when I go to the bank, and this is what I use for my teller slip. So y'all, that is the budget set up for November. I hope that I was able to be clear of how I set it up. It's pretty straightforward. The way I budget is I want it to be as easy as possible, make sense as possible, and no one has time to be fiddling around and doing 50 million things. So what's the easiest, most effective way that I can do it? And this is kind of what I've come up with. So y'all, tomorrow is our debt update for the month of October. Y'all don't want to miss it. You know I'm about to be hype. You probably is going to get some dancing time in that video because I'm just going to be so excited to pay off and to check that off my debt breakdown. Y'all, I'm just gonna be so hype. And then here's a picture of the rest of our video extravaganza. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and comment. Make sure that you subscribe to the Crafty Budgeter fam. We have fun over here. I enjoyed setting up this budget with you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, rest of your day, depending on when you are watching it. See ya. Bye-bye.